Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Holy cow, I can't believe it's actually Thursday already. Let's get to my low behind active kindness. I would say that my low is the fact I'm still a little bit tired. But this morning I did sleep in a little more. Technically this thing I have to do doesn't start until 7. But I want to make sure I get this video done. Being able to maybe do some other things before this starts. So, I'm trying to say is instead of getting up at 4, I got up at 4:30. Yeah, I know it's still early, but it's not as early. And by the time it's 10 of 5 right now, so I'd say things are a bit better. Let's see. What would my high be? My high is I got to see my folks yesterday. That was really nice. And my act of kindness was I helped make dinner. And by help make dinner, I mean I put my mom's mac and cheese in the oven and baked it. Funny enough, I probably have to make dinner tonight too. I'll be honest, I guess I don't really have much planned. I guess I could probably keep up with some housekeeping. Where do I start? Okay, so gosh, where am I going to start with this? Holy cow. I guess we could talk about some current events. Specifically how the live action One Piece series on Netflix is going to be coming out in 2026. And we know this because of the reveal of Chopper, which was easily the biggest mystery the biggest mystery going into this next season, because if you don't know, it's very clear that season 2 will primarily focus on the Alabasta saga. And it's during the Alabasta saga that's when we're introduced to Chopper, and he later joins the crew. Here's the thing. If you don't know who Chopper is, he is a reindeer. Right? Remember, One Piece has devil fruits, and there is actually a devil fruit called the human fruit, which is what Chopper ate. It gives Chopper, obviously, cognitive thinking. He learned he can speak to people, because remember, he is a reindeer. Although he still continues to be able to, it's funny. It's been a really long time since I think anyone's seen Chopper talk to animals in One Piece. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. And Chopper primarily is, his primary role in the crew, he wants to become the ship's doctor. Because he learned medicine from Dr. Hiruluk and then later Kureha. Actually, Chopper's backstory is rather sad, to say the least. Practically every character in One Piece has a tragic backstory. Chopper has one, Robin has one. The list goes on and on. Sanji has one. Again, that happens in One Piece. Now, the biggest concern that a lot of people had with the fact that Chopper was going to be introduced in season 2 is how were they going to do it? I mean, you gotta remember, Chopper is a reindeer who uses his human fruit powers to basically transform into half human, half reindeer hybrid, and he keeps that hybrid form throughout the majority of the show. However, using an item called the Rumble Ball, Chopper was able to figure out how to access multiple forms of his Devil Fruit power. See, normally, when a character in One Piece eats a Zoan-type Devil Fruit, Zoan being animals, human is an animal, so Chopper ate a Zoan-type fruit, they have access to 3 forms. There's their base form, you know, what they look like before they ate the Devil Fruit, the animal they can transform into, and the animal-human hybrid. And the way we understand Chopper is, I mean, yeah, he is technically animal-human hybrid when we see him throughout the show, but because of the Rumble Ball, he accesses several, he calls them points, and we always primarily see Chopper in what's called Brain Point. This is the form that Chopper, basically it's where Chopper does most of his thinking. It's where Chopper has learned how to really hone and access his medical expertise, because remember, Chopper is a doctor. And because it's so cute, you know, marketing, because that's how it works, you know. Something cute, you gotta be able to market that stuff. So, at this point, it's pretty clear the biggest concern is how were they going to bring Chopper into the show? Because he'd have to be CG. There were some people who theorized that maybe we won't have access to Chopper at all, which is easily, listen, spoiler alert, I think Chopper looks fine. I'll get into more of that in a second. But I would rather, the worst thing they could have done is just write Chopper out of the show entirely. Because they did that with Don Krieg in season 1, and while the show was still solid, in fact, it's the best live action show based on anime we've ever gotten, it's still, there's a reason why I don't watch it, let's be real here. If you wrote Chopper out of the show, you really would lose just about everybody who watches it. Because I would say next to Luffy, Chopper is the most recognized character from the show. There are so many Chopper plushies everywhere. In terms of, One Piece merchandise. That it's actually kind of funny that we here in America don't really, I myself never really see that a lot because, Chopper is adorable. And if you were going to make Chopper live action on a Netflix show of all things, how are you going to do it? Again, because it's CGI, I guarantee they'll probably, they'll have Chopper, but they'll write him out of a lot of scenes or not keep him on screen very often. It's why we hardly ever see Luffy Strush in the show. Because that's CG. And that eats up a lot of budget. I'll be honest. I couldn't tell you what the going rate on how much CG costs for a show or a movie. And I certainly can't say that it was, cheap to make Chopper, because here's the thing, Chopper looks really good. In fact, because they did a promo and it introduced, Chopper, and Chopper looks good. He looks really good. I mean, for my money, the greatest like CG animal we've ever seen is Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. This one's pretty close, I think. I mean, listen, like Rocket is primarily 100% a raccoon. It's easy CGI raccoon. With Chopper, remember, it's a reindeer human hybrid. You know, you gotta build your way from the ground up and get a design close to what Chopper looks like in the manga and the cartoon and the anime. And in terms of appearance, they definitely nailed it. I can look at Chopper and I genuinely believe that is Tony Chopper. The texture of Chopper's fur, because remember Chopper is a reindeer, his fur looks pretty good. And they even have Chopper's mannerisms. Like, this is actually kind of one thing that bothers me. Because, yeah, Chopper's supposed to look cute and adorable. He's actually 15 years old. And yet, whenever, like, and his voice has always been, you know, kind of like high-pitched, kind of like a little kid. Although, shout out to Brina Palencia because she's the one voice actress that ever, well, several voice actors really can make that work, but for sure, Brina Palencia was born to be the role of Chopper in the Funimation dub of One Piece. Shout out to Brina Palencia. She's really good. It's really kind of crazy, you know? Like, only several years ago was I under the impression that, you know what, the One Piece live action, I'm sure they'll make a great attempt, but it won't last season, and we're already moving to season 2. That's crazy. You know, frankly, I can't wait to see where they take it from here. I mean, again, it's only going to be 8 episodes, and it's very clear that they'll probably end this season on Drum Island, where they find Chopper. So, again, they're saving Chopper, because, I mean, we didn't even get Logtown in season 1 of One Piece, if I remember correctly. Like, we gotta do Logtown, we gotta do Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and then Drum Island would be next. If there's only going to be 8 episodes, I could see 2 episodes being primarily dedicated to Drum Island, and, well, first 2 to Little Garden, and then 2 more dedicated to Drum Island where we find Chopper. Although, considering how long in between seasons it's been, and considering that you're going to be in the Alabasta saga, so you're going to have, and they have casted Sir Crocodile, who is the main villain of the Alabasta saga, and the namesake arc as well. I mean, ending with meeting Chopper on Drum Island seems like the best conclusion to go about, because you really could have an entire season dedicated to Alabasta, because a lot I mean, at that point, when it was first being published in the manga, Alabasta was like 62 chapters. It was a pretty big, it was the biggest arc up to that point. I mean, granted, it's nothing compared to what we've had in recent years. I mean, the last decade we've had, well, actually, I can't believe, hold on. In September of this year, it'll have been 10 years since Dressrosa ended. That's crazy. But, yeah, on the whole, I like Chopper's design. I do. I think I forget the name of the actress who is going to do the voice of Chopper for the live action, but she sounds pretty good. Again, Chopper looks good. They definitely got his mannerisms and personality down. Like, this is actually in early One Piece, this was a really big, one of Chopper's character quirks. Like, normally, here's an idea. Like, if you're gonna, here's an idea. Oh, move it closer. Like, normally, when you peek your head out, it looks like this, right? But when Chopper tries to hide, he looks like this. When we can clearly see his whole body. And that's literally how they introduced him in this short that that they first showed him off for the live action. So I have hopes. I really think it's gonna be good. Chopper looks fine. I definitely would never say that. You know what? It's a live action. I think I speak for pretty much any One Piece fan, where I say, is the live action One Piece perfect? No. But it is very clear it's not due to lack of trying. Because they really are putting a lot of heart and soul into trying to make this show good. And you can't fault them for that. I hope you like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, on social media. As always, I'm very humbly this video for all you guys watching Joe video. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk channels, we get 11 minutes back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.